So my girl Brandy wanted to hear the story, so I figured why not share it. So this is a story about the woman that sat next to me on the train. Alright, so I get on the train and I have to sit next to this woman. She looks like 40 something, and she's on her computer, and there's like a PDF kind of, and she's reading it, and then she's going back and forth between the PDF and her own like Microsoft Word, and she was like taking notes and stuff. So my first thought was, oh, she's just well, at first I thought she was writing a story, or she was editing a story, like if she was reading it, because she was reading it and taking notes on it. So I was wondering if she was like reading it or if she wrote it herself. So I asked her, and she was like, oh no, I'm editing it because I'm an editor and they asked me to edit. And I was like, oh, okay. Because like, I don't know if y'all know this, y'all probably don't know this, but I write stories myself, and there's one that I've been wanting to get published for a very long time. So I was like, oh, like, I got the hookup, right? No, I didn't have the hookup because she stopped editing. Why? But she edited like newspaper articles and magazine articles and stuff like that. So what was I gonna say? So we're sitting there and we're talking or whatever, and she's editing, and she's like, it's a paper about sissies. And I was like, sissies? What's a... So she's talking to me about sissies or whatever, and I'm over here like, what's a sissy? Like, I googled it. It didn't tell me what a sissy was. So as she was talking about it, she handed me this card, because she says she works for the sissy parlor, right? This card right here. Okay. The front of it says Miss Ava, and then it says the Sissy Parlor. Transformational and corrective services for cross-dressers, sissies, and panty boys. Alright, just let that settle in. Cross-dressers, sissies, and panty boys. Okay. So I'm like, what the heck is a sissy and what's a panty boy? I know what a cross-dresser is. I do know what that is. So I was kind of just like, okay. And I didn't want to ask her because, like, I was not afraid to know, but I was like, I was stuck. Like, I spent at least 5 minutes trying to figure out if she was a woman or if she was a man. Because she was clearly wearing a dress. Her boobs looked fake. Like, the whole 9 yards. She wasn't wearing a bra or anything. And I was just really confused. She kind of had man hands. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like her hands are like really rough, and I mean, I'm not hating on anybody, just a disclaimer, I'm not hating on anybody, but like when I read that card, the first thing I thought was that she was a cross-dresser or a tranny. So I mean, not that I have anything against them, because I don't, but I was just trying to figure it out in my head, like, are you one? Because I don't want to ask this. She's not. She wasn't. She's a woman. I didn't ask, but I found out. Okay. So, I was like, can you explain to me what a sissy is, please? And she was like, oh, a sissy is like a cross-dresser, but the extreme. And I was like, what? I'm confused. And she was like, well, some guys just like to wear girl things. Sometimes they like to get in touch with their feminine side and like to dress up and stuff. And she goes, and there's nothing wrong with that. She's like, some of them aren't even gay. They just like to dress up and feel out of the man visual that society creates. Like the macho. And I was like, okay. So where she used to be, she used to work, like, not accounting for the sissy parlor, she would basically just show the guys their rooms and stuff like that, because they had different rooms for their different things, fetishes, not sure what to call it. So, and she's like, for example, there was this one man, she's like, whose story was actually very common, and he came, and he would only come when he was on business, because he told his wife, and his wife was like, oh, no, you're gay, blah, blah, blah. So he had to throw all his feminine stuff away, blah, blah, blah. So she's like, he came, and there's one room called the pink room. And you open it up, and it has a bunch, it's like, the room itself is pink. It's pink, and it's frilly, and it has a bunch of clothes with ruffles and frills, and it has makeup, and it has nail polish, and it has the whole 9 yards, wigs, everything, right? And she's like, I opened the doors, and he's just crying, and he was like, there's more people like me. And she goes, yeah, there's a lot of people like you, actually, and it has nothing to do with being gay or your sexual orientation, just some men like to feel on the more feminine side. And I was like, okay. It was interesting, to say the least. So we keep talking, and she was just, she met Miss Ava. Actually, that might have been her name, to be honest. I wasn't really paying much attention. Yeah, I think that was her name. The girl she knew was a dominatrix. She was a dominatrix, alright? But I'm just gonna say Miss Ava, because I don't know if that's her name or not. She was the woman sitting next to me. We'll just call her Carla, because I don't know what her name was. Her name is Carla. And Carla was all like, well, I knew Miss P is what we're going to call the dominatrix, alright? Because Miss P was the prime of her time. Everybody wanted her. Everybody wanted, like, her to be their dominatrix, basically. And she was like, well, Miss P, because I was sick of editing. I've done it for so many years. It's just the same stuff over and over again. And Miss P was like, well, you'd be a really good dominatrix. And she taught her everything. Okay, what up, girl? So, and then she tells me that she's 56. And I was like, hold up, you're 56? And she looked like she was 40. And she's a dominatrix. Just so, and she was talking to me about how she got in depth with just everything. She recently had a divorce. I don't know how recent, but she did have a really bad divorce. One of her children's on the other side of the world, somewhere in the Middle East, because that's her ethnicity, that's where her dad's from. And then her other daughter, I don't know what she's doing. I don't remember. But just, whoa. And she was like, I had a bad divorce, and I kind of just didn't want to be with anyone anymore. She goes, no one really, like, she's like, I'm not into the whole dating thing anymore. And I was like, yeah, I can respect that, you know? So, yo. These guys that she got, okay, because she's like, some men just want people to be in control of them because they're like CEOs of franchises and stuff like that, and they're always in control of everything. Sometimes they want to feel out of control. So, dominatrix, the girl thing, alright. And they're kind of like sugar babies. Not a sugar daddy, a sugar baby. Like, a sugar babies where, like, you're with, you know, an older man, but there's no, like, sex or anything like that. And, like, a sugar daddy. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Alright, whatever. So we were talking about that because my mom was like, you could always be a sugar baby, just $300 coffee dates just for coffee, nothing else. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll be a sugar baby, why not? And yo, this woman was literally like, yes, do that. Especially if you're going through college. She goes, it's the best idea ever. And I was just like, whoa, hold your roll here, honey. Calm yourself, calm yourself, calm yourself. No, 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 no. Though, not gonna lie, $300 coffee dates, I mean, do nothing but talking, but just to see me for $300 for like an hour? Yes, please. Give me the money. I'm joking, by the way. But it was just weird. Like, I don't know how to, it was just, like, I learned a lot that day. And okay, panty boys that I mentioned earlier are men who like to wear women's underwear because it's comfortable. And ours is cotton or silky or lacy, and it's just comfortable. And she goes, there's probably a couple men on this train with us that are wearing panties right now. And she goes, and it's nothing to judge with. And I was like, okay. But she's like, these guys are just lonely and they just want someone to be with. Not like sexually, but just like do things for, kind of like a sugar daddy, except without the money. They just want to do things. She goes, I have them mowing my lawn, I have them getting my groceries, I have them like fixing stuff for me, and I'm just like, you got the whole 9 yards, girl. You single, you got all these men doing things for you. You could have anyone that you want. What the heck? And I was just like, what is this? She like had me enter a whole nother world, and I was like, look, I didn't say anything to her, but in my mind I'm just like, look, ma'am, that is not how I roll. Because she was more shocked that I wasn't saying anything bad, or I was actually listening to what she was saying. So she was like, well, you should get into it. And I was kind of just like, yeah, no. I'm like, I can joke about it, but when I'm with someone, I'm with that person only, and it ain't for a $300 coffee date, okay? That's a me and him kind of thing. And we gonna be together. That's just how that's gonna work. I'm not being a dominatrix. I'm not whipping out chains and ball gags or any of that. Not happening. No. But yeah, she gave me her card. I haven't even been online yet. Hold up. We're gonna do this in an incognito, cause this ain't about to happen on my regular. Nope. We about to see what this website looks like. Y'all, okay. The only reason that I'm showing her face is because she's open about it. She's very open about it. She's really excited for people to come and see her and this and that. And hey, maybe one of you guys would love to go see her and check out the Sissy Parlor, because she's completely fine with it. And I just saw an old, okay. Let's just, there. That is her. She is 56 years old. Yeah. Yeah. And there's the Panty Boy haul. Okay, I'm not gonna show you guys that because this is an extremely disturbing sight. But I'm just saying. Oh, okay. My eyes. Okay. Well, that's the story of the lady on the train. There's a live chat. Hit her up. Check out the website. It's for South Florida. Just letting y'all know. The crazy woman on the train. Dominatrix and everything. Love you guys. Till next time.